Hello YouTube, Milviz Bell here. Welcome to Ayers Rock Resort. Today we're going to be flying over the rock itself and heading on over to the Olgas to have a look at Kata Tjuta. We'll be flying the good old Milviz Bell 107 helicopter. Hello everyone. It's a reasonably short flight today. Actually, just going to head over here to the arrivals. There's a little Coke machine over here. We're going to stand over at the Coke machine, have a look at the charts, and then walk over the chopper. Hi there everyone, we have Lachlan, I saw Toilet on the chat before, Spencer, QF Aviator, TK Army, Jack Bowser, AA Flight Reviews, I'm sure next in there somewhere. Here we go. Grab ourselves a nice cold beverage. And yeah, just sit here for a bit. And charts. So we're at Ayers Rock Connellian Airport. After departing Ayers Rock, we're going to be heading down to this little spot here to avoid the sensitive area of Yalara, which is the resort. They don't want helicopters flying directly over the town or the resort because it's noisy. Then we continue on southbound, making sure we stay on this side of the road all the way down until the point where we are essentially level with the rock itself. We kind of do this big U-turn heading slightly northbound, and that should show the right hand side of the helicopter to the rock. Helicopter should be at 3,500 feet. Once we've passed the rock, essentially we'll do a big old U-turn, starting off with a left turn to stay away from the rock, then come back in. We need to stay away from the sensitive area, which is surrounding the rock itself. That's Aboriginal land in there. You can see up here that Katai Aboriginal land boundary starts here, and when you're going northbound it's actually the Kata Tjuta National Park up here. After that we're going to head on to show the left side of the helicopter to the rock. Maintaining at 3,500, we'll go past the road and then we can turn southbound, continually showing the left hand side of the helicopter to the rock. At some point we'll make a right hand turn to just cross the road. Crossing the road we'll kind of make our way up towards the Olgas. Starting off with the left side of the helicopter again, they'll get to see this wonderful rock formation called the Olgas or Kata Tjuta. Once we get to the edge of it we'll head on south, do a big U-turn around the road, and then we'll show the right side of the helicopter, the Olgas, and then once we get past the Olgas again, we track direct to the airport. Let's have a listen to our ATIS, which is the AWS phone. I've had 2 text messages apparently.
Weather Information Service, Yalara Airport, time 0817 Zulu, wind 160 degrees, magnetic at 11 knots, visibility 25 kilometers, cloud clear below 10,000 feet, temperature 33, dew 0.7, QNH 1015 hectopascals, rainfall last 10 minutes nil.
Alright, so the QNH 1015, temperature's 33. I do believe the helicopter is completely full now. A full helicopter would take about 2 hours of fuel. So we could fly for 2 hours, but we're not going to need to do that. The flight today should be 30 to 45 minutes. Just walking around the wonderful airfield here. There's our chopper over there. The button licking. You know, that's bad for you. If you keep licking buttons like that, you get coronavirus. Okay, so this afternoon, night, morning, whatever it happens to be for you, he's been asking for a week because he likes Top Gear. Well, tonight I'm going to fly this rather buggy Milviz helicopter. Lachlan Boyd's going to bug us about Top Gear, and I'm going to look at a rock. I also wish I could do this in real life. In fact, there was a time when Tiger Airways was new. They were offering flights to, I think it was Alice Springs, for $1. $1. And I so wish that I'd gone and just, like, I should have stopped work when I saw that. Like someone said, in about 15 minutes, they're offering $1 flights on Tiger Air to Alice Springs. And I should have just, like, gotten up from my desk at work and said, I don't care that I'm going to get in trouble for this. $1 to go to Alice Springs. But I didn't. And by the time I got into the website, it was like $105 or more. Anyway, there's a rubbish bin. It's a lot taller than it should be. Well, he's a lot shorter than it should be. Let's walk across. There's somebody's fake 737 on its tail. That must be you, Lachlan. That's rather unfortunate. Yeah, that's you in the 7.3. Oh, there was like ages ago. I think that was 2000 and after 2010, but it was about the 2010 era. 2010, 2011. Yeah, Tiger Airways just said $1 to go to Alice Springs from Melbourne or whatever it was. That's true. Alice Springs is a good 45-minute flight in a 717 away from here. Alright, let's jump on. Just going to do a slight walk around of the aircraft. That's the pitot probe right there. That little one here. This big blade is the wire cutter. It's designed to cut any telegraph or electricity wires that you may encounter, because it's better to cut the wire than fall into it than have a helicopter crash. Up the top there, we'll look at the blades. They're looking okay, all four of them. Not much to do with them, you can't touch them. Skids are looking okay. Refueling hose has been closed. No oil leaks underneath here. I have flown with Air New Zealand. I didn't like it as much as I did with Virgin. I literally flew from Melbourne to Auckland on Virgin, then I flew back on Air New Zealand once. And the price was more expensive on the Air New Zealand, and they treated me less well. So yeah, Air New Zealand, no. Yeah, Virgin Australia's in financial trouble. To be honest, they've been in financial trouble for quite a while. It's just catching up to them now. Tail skid looks fine. Back rotor looks fine. Looking good. Flew the Air New Zealand trip, the 787, on the cheapest ticket that they had, and they let me well know it. You know, you were definitely on the cheapest ticket, and we definitely don't care. Alrighty, let's get ourselves some passengers boarded. Look at that door. That is the best door ever. Okay, passenger brief. Welcome aboard the helicopter. We'll be flying up to the Ayers Rock today, so feel free to take out your cameras, certainly look at it. We'll be flying at 3,500 feet above the rock today. In any emergency, I'll be flying the aircraft. If we do need to come to a rather abrupt halt, I will manage the aircraft until we touch down on the ground. If I do require you to brace, I will say brace, brace, brace. Put your head down with your hands over the top of your head. Remember to keep your seatbelts fastened as tight as possible. If you do need to come down somewhere that isn't the airfield, you may need to open the door. You saw how to do it. It's the same as any other thing. Pull the handle and that'll open the door for you. Give it a good push and make your way out. When you do leave the aircraft, come to the forward part of the aircraft. Do not go to the tail. In front of us is a wonderful, beautiful window, so we can all see you walking in front of the aircraft, and behind us is a tail that will chop you up. Don't go to the tail. Other than that, we should have some fun. Let's go. Batteries in, avionics in. Fuel. Fuel cut-off valve. What's the wind doing? Wind is from 80. Starting to a headwind. Here is a problem with this aircraft. It's got a bug where it can't start with a headwind. So we're going to have to move our aircraft so it's pointing in a different direction. 080 is there, so I'm going to point towards Fortis. Before we do that, let's cut the power. Eight's there. Cool. So now we can start the airplane, the chopper up, because it's not facing into the wind. Try that again. And there we have it. Spinning props. Let's go back and face the correct direction. There's no water to ditch into. The nearest water is about 6,000 kilometers away. We're not carrying life jackets. If we do ditch into the water, then you've entered an alternate dimension. Okay, going to finish the overheads before we push the props to maximum RPM. Hydraulics are in. Heater is not required. Air conditioning definitely is required. Anti-ice not required. Heater not required. Position lights are required. Cabin lights are on and bright. And checklist completed. We're going to run up the engine to full power. Okay, we have 860, we actually have 8,600 pounds of fuel on board today. Gonna have to work the aircraft slightly off to the right again, so we're not facing directly into the wind. Actually, we can just drop it, can't we? Slew, done. Alright, so we have prop RPM sitting at 100%. Mirror Dog, thank you for that. For your, is that 40 rupee? Something like that. Good stuff. Our altimeter is 1015. Right there. And we are pretty much ready to go. What's going to happen is we'll be taking off. We do need to make our way behind us, so we're going to like lift off and come up backwards a little bit. Then we'll spin out that way, make sure we don't fly directly over the shed, just off slightly to the left of it, and then we'll make our way out via the chart, which is down here. Then we'll make visual acquisition with Yulara and make sure that we're at least 3 miles to the right of Yulara. Ayers Rock traffic. India Charlie Kilo is a Bell 407 at the helipads. We'll be lifting off and making our way via the Ayers Rock VFR track. Ayers Rock traffic. Let's go. I just needed to do a thing before we go. Just realised that our caged thing hadn't been caged yet. That's caged, that's not caged. There we go. Cool, now we're ready. Off we go. Gotta love a chopper, flying it sideways. Okay, there's 1,500 and we'll make our way out. Ayers Rock traffic, India Charlie Kilo, Bell 407 departed Ayers Rock at time 34, tracking the rock at 3,500. Got the result in sight. as the Olgas and the rock over there. It's 2,500, need to go another 1,000. Great place for a golf course out here in the desert. It'll be a rather large sand trap. Apparently I'm not broadcasting on the correct frequency. Yeah. Traffic, The Rock. India Charlie Kilo is a Bell 409 inbound to The Rock at 3,500, approximately 3 miles to the north of The Rock. We'll be following the published VFR. Traffic, The Rock. Roads in sight. FM 126.9. Two 269. Okay, it's a U-turn from the road. That's the road there, there's the U-turn. Yeah, people stick to the coast, pretty much. There's the Stewart Highway that goes right up the middle from Adelaide to Darwin through Alice Springs. It's a 130 km/h zone for most of it, and there's bits of it that are unlimited. Which is to say, there is no speed limit on some bits of it. Traffic of the Rock inbound India Charlie Kilo is a Bell 407 3500 tracking the inbound to the Rock. I'm broadcasting on 126.9, you're not listening on 126.9. It's definitely a 9, not an 8. Notice you guys are pretty quiet as well. Maybe my settings are wrong. I did have to pull out my headset a little while back. Check. No. That's a bit bizarre. I'm going to have to log out of Vatsim to see if we can log into Vatsim. Audio's good now. Alright. So pretty much go to where the corner of the road is there, and we turn on inbound. Charlie Kilo, ready to check.
Good 5x5, rock and roll, mate.
There's a corner in the road, we're just going to pass it slightly and then we'll track on inbound. There is a sensitive area just around the rock, which is pretty, actually fairly clear where that starts. So we just need to stay outside of that. In respect to the local Aboriginal community of the Yatjanjara people. There's two Aboriginal tribes that kind of meet in this region. They're very similar language groups. One's called Yatjanjara and the other one is Pitjantjatjara. And basically the two words, the first one means people who use the word yank to express I, and the other means people who use the word pit to express I. It's literally what those words mean. So the two Aboriginal tribes are the Yank and the Pit. That means Yank Jatjatjara and the Pit Jatjatjara. Just over there, you can see the remains of a runway. That is indeed the remains of a runway. It's not a currently recognised landing area for aircraft, but back in the bad old days of the 1950s or so, they actually built that runway there for people to land on to visit Ayers Rock, and of course climb all over it and stuff. That's well inside Aboriginally sacred land. So nowadays, in a time of more enlightenment and respect between cultures, we make sure that we keep our helicopters and aeroplanes further away from the rock than that. In fact, the edge is that road right there that you see. So I can get as close to the rock as the road, but no further than that.
I should really get AIP Australia V2 because all I can see is the rock and dirt next to you, Trent.
Yeah, mine comes with the, I think, the scenery. There's also a freeware rock somewhere floating around.
In this politically correct world, how many people get mad / fly over the rock in a sim?
No.
Well,
Well, of course, in real, you should be at 4,500.
It's a sim,
The
it's
beauty
not
of
real
breaking
life.
the
I'm going
law.
to fly over it.
If you flew over the rock for real in a fixed-wing aeroplane at 3,500, you'd probably collide with about 10 helicopters. Speaking of helicopters, it's time to move back and show the other side.
I'm in a Spitfire, I could just shoot them down.
And then CASA will be annoyed at you in the term of they'll come to you with the police.
I could be able to say maybe they were German.
Germans are allies now.
Not to the Spitfire.
There's no more Luftwaffe, it's now the Lufthansa. Okay, maintaining 3,500. We are now, what's it? Climb fixed wing. No, that's called Helicopter 3,500. I just got a phone call from a number that started with +886, which is obviously overseas, and probably a scammer. There's the old airfield. Been abandoned since about 1980 or so. Up ahead of us is Yolgas, or Kata Tjuta. Kata Tjuta. Let's actually see both Olgas and Kata Tjuta. So according to this flight plan, we do head southbound and then we catch the road.
Somewhere on
right
this
here.
rock that I'm flying over is AFL footage that my 5.6 teacher kicked around on top and lost about 12 years ago.
Probably rotted by now.
Trying to float it with bullets.
Depends if I can find it.
Okay, there's the road. We want to just stick over to the left side of the road, the right side, sorry. And we head south slightly. You can see a much closer road to the rock itself. It'd be interesting to drive around that one. That road there. It's pretty up close to the rock. Our outbound reporting point is right there.
Operation Find the Footy has been a bigger failure than yet.
I would say climb the rock, but you're not allowed to anymore. Traffic at the rock. India Charlie Kilo is a helicopter turning the rock outbound. 3,500, tracking the oldest.
Traffic is rock. Chevy 11 is a Huey also helicopter following the 407.
Traffic Ayers Rock, Fortress 3 is a Supermarine Spitfire being a bit of a buffoon around the two helicopters. Traffic Ayers Rock.
Right, so we're going to increase the torque a little bit, push the nose down, and just use that to increase the speed up to about 100, 120.
According to that Tastic, there should be a Jetstar A320 landing at the airfield in about 2 minutes.
Lucky him.
2 minutes, eh?
Probably around about 4 minutes, maybe. I don't know how far zoomed out Fantastic is. Oh, never mind. I was very, very ignorant of the details. He was just flying over.
Let's go to Adelaide.
Mate, he's coming up to the rock. 3 minutes out.
So yeah, 723. That's probably going over the top to go to runway 32. Alright, we're just about here. We're going to call inbound the Olgas, 3,500 as we cross the road. The road comes out of Yallara. There it is.
Final runway 13. I guess he's probably not been paying attention to his descent profile.
That's what spoilers are for. Traffic, the Olgas. Indy Charlie Kilo is the Olgas inbound, 3,500. Operations in the Olgas. Spencer's complaining about you guys chatting on Unicom. Okay, once we get next to the Olgas, we're going to slow the aircraft down to about 80 knots. I'm going to kind of sit there for a while at 3,005. Bit of a juggle. You need to reduce the torque to settle the any climb out, and then you just pull up slightly. Then it'll start climbing, so you reduce the torque again. And in doing that, you're removing speed.
Spencer. Man.
Far do we need to be? Oh, not too far, almost. Not quite fly over them, but yeah, I reckon about now. Here we are, the Uluru Kata Tjuta. Yet more rock formations, quite similar to the big one, Uluru, but you know, much smaller. It's kind of a collection of a few of rocks. There's a very large resistant rock formation surrounded by loose rubble. Soil. So I do believe that Pitchanchachara and Yankchanchachara
Right, time to test out
kind
what
of
the Spitfire does
lived
best. It's
between the
handling,
two of
and
them.
if it doesn't work out, you'll probably read about it in tomorrow's The Virtual Age or Herald the Virtual.
The Northern Territory Times. Man wrangles with crocodile.
More like man burns alive in a very, very expensive warbird.
Oh, that'd be page 2. Crocodile's more important. I can see this big gap between essentially the western side and the eastern side of the rock formation there. Unfortunately, the Kata Tjuta is somewhat less famous than the big rock. And yet, here it is. I think it's a very pretty rock formation anyway. It's quite unique that these two rock formations are so close to each other.
Seems to be working out alright so far.
Yeah, a little bit off south. So yeah, we'll stick with the road. Once we hit the road here, we'll do the big old U-turn and come on back. Off in the distance there we can
Hey,
see
Trent, what
the
do you think about
remnants.
taking these helos right through the rock formation?
That would be against the Ursa, wouldn't it?
Ah, damn.
Well, I'm currently doing that in the Spitfire, so you won't be the only ones in trouble.
There's one of the lookouts. So there's the road that comes into Kata Tjuta.
Then again, you might come around the corner and there'd be a plane with 6 guns pointed at you, and instinct for a Spitfire pilot is shoot all of them.
helicopters can come to a complete stop in the air.
A Spitfire cannot come to a complete stop in the air.
Yeah, we noticed. So yeah, I was going to say those are the, I think, Peterborough or Peterman Mountains. According to fossil records, millions of years ago, those were quite high, like in the 15,000 feet kind of height. They have, of course, eroded away over the years. Till now, that's all that's left of them is essentially these rocks. And those little quite stunted mountains over there. Okay, so the U-turn has us start the turn towards the rock. Get about halfway through the turn so it points it almost directly east. And then make a full 270-degree turn. Traffic the Olga's India Charlie Kilo is in the U-turn, 3,500.
August traffic, Chevy 11 is a UH1 Huey behind the 407, also in the U-turn.
I do believe in my scenery the Olgas are actually solid, whereas Uluru isn't. Don't ask me how I know that.
I can't even tell what's what with my scenery.
So, assuming that my guess is correct about you knowing that they're solid, what does it feel like to crash into them?
I don't know, but helicopters can hover, so you can kind of land on them.
There's not much flatness on them, apart from the small ones to the side.
Yeah, the eastern side a little bit flatter. Who wants to land on one of those hills?
It's actually a bit weird for Trent, probably. He's in the civilian helicopter being followed by a US military 70s helicopter and a 1940s British fighter.
He just knows how to travel in style.
I reckon we'll go for that one right there. I think I might try landing on the flattest one at the moment.
I'll follow you in.
I'll follow you in as well by strafing both of you if you dare try to land on it.
Like Team America. Save Paris by blowing it up.
Right, I have the lead helo in sight. I think that's Trent.
I'm the one doing doing 10 knots. There you go, sorry, Shadow.
Close, I just heard your propeller for about a half a second.
I saw a Shadow go over.
I was like 5 meters in front of you.
I had a pretty good view of that.
Now it's your turn.
We'll give it a go.
On the ground. Which Casey Neistat? Cool. I wonder if...
Just saw myself go past on stream. It looked very odd, just seeing a Spitfire fly past in a 737 shape.
I think that was me.
We're both 737s on his screen.
I think everything is that hasn't got a model.
Yep.
I'm usually an extra 300, so this is a big change.
It'd be the floating, hovering 737.
Oh, he's gotten out. Don't fall off, Trent, if you can hear us.
Yeah, it looks like a bit of a steep descent down there if you were to walk off. Not really interested in that. There we go, get back in the chopper. Get back to the chopper. Cool, starting to get airborne again. Traffic Olga, see the Charlie Kilo depassing the Olga. Climbing to 3,500.
Did you try to jump into the engine?
Yes.
Why?
God.
What would that be? You have a helicopter with a big blade, you're on top of a mountain that you can jump off, and you choose to suicide by jumping into a plane flying past.
Just trying to tag you.
I wonder if I can land on it.
Probably not. You can't hover.
But I can do some pretty short landings.
Can you land in 2 meters?
Let's give it a go. If we go off the other end, well, we have wings and we'll still be going quite fast.
Hello James, yeah, you missed us hanging around on the top of the mountain. Anyway, we're at 3,500, we're going to track outbound and then resume the Olga's outbound. Choppers were not made for looping.
What just happened? I landed on it and then got teleported about 20 k's away.
I think they call that crashing.
Oh well, HOA physics has now broken all of my propellers and gears, so time to do an unrealistic takeoff in trees.
That there's Uluru, that there's the airport. Traffic Olga's India Charlie Kilo is Olga's outbound 3500, tracking direct Ayers Rock airfield.
Traffic Olga, Chevy 11 is a UH1 Huey following the 407, tracking direct Ayers Rock.
Traffic somewhere, 423 is a Supermarine Spitfire in the middle of nowhere, tracking direct the rough direction of Ayers Rock.
Yep, that's us right there. Cool. We'll be landing right here.
I've got myself together and yeah, I can see. I'm in between where we just were. I've heard you say and have no idea how to pronounce it, and Ayers Rock, tracking direct Ayers Rock airport traffic, Ayers Rock.
Kata Tjuta is the original name. The name that they use on the Ursa is Olga's.
Astra, I'm not there anymore, and I probably won't be back for about 5 years. But when I am back, I'm going to call them a bunch of mountains in the middle of nowhere.
Olga's. Olga, like, you know, the Russian name of an old Russian woman called Olga.
Boris?
Olga. Boris is a man's name.
Ivan?
Shrek.
VFR will be coming back through here in a couple of months. We'll be coming in via the, the Beechcraft Duke 60.
Is this IRL or in sun?
Probably IFR, but yeah, about 2-3 months, I think.
Oh, not bad.
Didn't you win panic stations in that plane?
Yeah, I did.
I could just imagine the looks on 737 pilots' faces when they think they're going to win and they get beaten by a Beechcraft Duke.
Traffic Ayers Rock Aerodrome, India Charlie Kilo is 3,500 on descent into the helipads at Ayers Rock Aerodrome. And we will remain west of the runway.
Traffic Ayers Rock Shipping 11 is a UH-1 Huey about 5-6 miles to the west. We'll be tracking inbound to remain west of the runway.
To win panic stations, you need to firstly have a panic stations event happening and read the rules. Usually the rules are the first person to land after 8:30 PM wins.
Traffic Ayers Rock 43 is Supermarine Spitfire overhead depowered ships because this is Flight 7 and I can fly here because no one's going to get mad in a simulator. Joining a downwind for runway 13, Traffic Ayers Rock.
Looking to tag 60 knots inbound. Yep, Anzac Parade between Auckland, I think it was it? Yeah, Auckland and Sydney on Anzac Day. Looks like a good event. And it'll make a reasonable actual Anzac Day parade since we won't have one for real.
I might be about to crash.
Good.
Oi, not good.
Ayers Rock traffic, India Charlie Kilo on the west side of the helipad, inbound to land.
Traffic Ayers Rock Chevy 11 is a UH-1 Huey about 1 mile to the west inbound for some helipad.
Ever so slightly to the side of that number 2.
Uluru traffic, Golf India Tango, tracking direct to Uluru, maintaining 5 down.
Right about there. Ran it too far. What? I thought we were lined up with that. Apparently we're not. About there should be okay. Yeah, about there. I'd say we're on it now. Cool. Okay, transponder is off. Let's get some of this stuff shut down. Hydraulics off, anti-collision light, and mains on until we have that spinny thing not spinning. Avionics master off. And we shut down. Batteries off. Okay, can open the doors, come to the front of the helicopter, thanks. Good-o. Unfortunately, you can't shut the back doors while you're out of the aircraft. That's hilarious. Anyhow, that's us. One Bell 407 by Milviz. As you saw at the beginning of the video, it's a little bit buggy, so I can't actually start the engines while it's facing a headwind. One of these days you might get a helicopter that's actually not dumb, but anyway. Once the engines are running, it's a nice aeroplane to fly. It's not an aeroplane, is it? It's a helicopter. It doesn't have wings. Definitions of words. Anyway, we'll walk back across the tarmac. We'll meet at the bins. We'll be flying tomorrow. There's apparently an event between Darwin and Indonesia, which is unofficial, but it's kind of official now because both Indonesia and Darwin have been trying to go for the iron mic, and the centers actually touch each other. So we're going to actually end up hopefully filling up this section here, and we'll be able to fly from Darwin to Jakarta tomorrow. So that's my intention. We'll be doing the old Jakarta. Not sure if I'll be flying an Airbus or a Boeing yet. I'll have to do a little bit of a reset, see what we've got. But yeah, heading over into Jakarta tomorrow. What's Shark YT saying? The Huey. Yeah, I've seen the Huey, but it's basically a military slash paramilitary helicopter, and I want a civilian, 100% civilian chopper. Like that thing. Or an Airbus EC-130 would be a good helicopter as well. Yeah, Matthew, I'm not sure when I can fly next with a person. I wouldn't want to do it online for the moment. Probably in the dash, maybe in this new update for the... There goes something that's in a prop or some sort. Either the dash or the... What's it? The Mad Dog has come out as well. Reminding me that I need to install the update for my Mad Dog now. Which I'll do when we leave now. Anyhow, with that, we'll head back inside. The AS350. AS350, eh? That's not a bad looking helicopter. Yeah, that looks correct. It's a good looking chopper. I'll look into it. Anyhow, with that we have done our little tour of Ayers Rock. As I was mentioning before, we'll be flying to Ayers Rock again for the tour in about 2 or 3 months. Anyway, I've got a phone call from my mum. I have been Musical Aviator, and I will see you guys next time. Ciao for now.